So we are live with these already. This would be a good shot right here.
Yeah, I was going to say, we already got some good stuff. If you ever wanted to see two middle-aged guys screwing,
This is your opportunity.
cameras onto a tripod.
Okay, I'm gonna go look at your frame.
All right. And then I'll go look at your frame.
Tilt it in that way, like with the whole,
Like this way?
yeah.
Nice that we have our nice white shirts on. Here they come, the boys in the nice white dress shirts,
Alright, and
driving their car in the town. Who do they think they are?
format. Yes.
Where did they rent that car? There they go. Hiccup. Are we ready to get rolling?
Yeah.
Check, check, check. So first of all, we should say where we are. We're at Melrose, and what's this? North Gardner,
Melrose and Gardner Street, and well, what city are we in?
Los Angeles,
Los Angeles, California.
Southern California, SoCal.
Yeah.
That's what we call it. We call it SoCal.
SoCal.
That's what people, people in the know call it.
Yeah.
I imagine people who are watching this in places like Lawnsboro or Etobicoke,
Yeah.
they would probably just call it, what do I call it, Southern California? Well, you could.
I guess you could. You could
We
say,
call
or
it-
they might just say Hollywood.
Hollywood, right? But
We're
we
down in Hollywood.
who come here, we call it SoCal.
Yeah, SoCal.
And we don't say Los Angeles, we say LA.
Yeah, LA, of course.
Totally.
You can't say Los Angeles.
Yeah.
One, it's too hard to pronounce, and
The
LA
tough-
just sounds cooler.
The tough thing about of leaving LA is that we'll have to not wear these awesome sunglasses anymore because these are our LA glasses that you have to wear when you're in LA.
Well, I'll probably wear mine.
Are you going to continue to wear
Back
them?
home, these are my go-tos. I wear all the time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you wear them all the time here for sure. The sun's so bright.
And also, the stars are so bright.
Well, yeah. So many.
Did you
stars.
see what I just said?
Yeah.
The stars are so
I get
bright.
it.
It's
It's
pretty
kind of
good.
like the stars up here on Sunset Boulevard. It's so bright.
Well, think about the stars that we saw. We saw Kiefer Sutherland's star.
Yeah, we did.
Randy Travis, we
Yeah.
talked about.
You got Alice Cooper. I saw Alice Cooper.
Did you see Alice
I
Cooper's
did.
star? Big
Yeah.
stars, big stars.
Big stars.
So that was really exciting to see a star in the ground of the concrete with the name of someone on it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's really exciting.
What's more amazing is the number of tourists that show up to take photos of these stars.
Hmm.
It's kind of, disheartening, really, as much as we might be pretending to be excited about it. But honestly,
Can we talk truthfully now?
yeah, let's talk honestly.
We're not excited about that,
No,
are we?
No, it wasn't exciting.
We
at
think
all.
that's ridiculous.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah, and yeah, that is true. It
I
was.
mean, it's as ridiculous as Las Vegas was.
I even think Las Vegas is less ridiculous.
Well, it's less ridiculous because it's expected, maybe, right?
I think Las Vegas is one of the most honest places
Right.
that you could go to.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. It is what it is. Like
Come
it's
here,
It's exactly what it is.
Gamble, lose your
Yeah.
money, have some food to make yourself feel better.
Yeah,
Bugger off.
yeah. It's exactly what
Bugger
it
off. That's it. You're done.
is. Yeah, it's true.
Just a quick point out, we're at Melrose in La Brea. For those of you that are looking, that's the Golden Apple comic shop. And we
Oh.
shot in there a few times.
We have shot in there a number of times.
That's a nice little spot.
Yeah, it is.
And Kevin did a signing in there. Kevin Eastman did a signing in there, and the Turtle Party bus, or what I don't remember what they were calling it. I think it was the events bus or party bus.
Yeah.
Was parked out in that, that whatever that lot is beside. It's not a parking lot per se, kind of an abandoned lot. A bunch of people lined up there, and there were some people that came down from Vancouver.
Crazy, eh?
Yeah, just to see that.
Yeah, just Turtle fans, which is, I guess we should tell people is why we're here again. One more
Because
time.
we're auditioning to play Raph and Michelangelo.
That's right.
Or was it?
Well, you know what? I'll be happy with any of the four turtles.
You don't
They
care?
give me Mikey, no problem.
I think we decide that you were Leonardo,
I'm a good Leonardo.
and I was one of the other ones.
You're probably Raphael.
I don't remember. I like to think of myself as Gary, the fifth
Yeah.
turtle. Gary
Gaddy.
the fifth. Hey, no, there is a Gary. What am I saying?
Well,
Yeah.
in the turtles?
No, yeah, Gary, the other
Wow,
turtle.
I didn't know
Gary, who worked at Mirage, who was
Well, yes, I thought that's
worked.
who
He
you're
was the
talking
CEO of Mirage.
Yes, he was.
I forgot about that when I said that.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, we've had some good times here in L.A., Los Angeles. I don't know how much we can say.
Probably not as much as we
would like.
I'd like to say.
But it was
We would
really,
like to
really
say
good.
really powerful and awesome things.
Yeah, things that make you listen and go, wow, those guys are like somebody. They're in LA.
You guys must be
And
really somebody down
they
there.
just, they just came off the
Bus.
off the
We
bus
just came off the
and-
bus.
And
it
bus
was
is a
great.
code word I'm using for something else.
I think we can say we were on the Paramount
Oh,
lot.
okay, that's what I was trying to say. But, and then people go, oh, look at you guys, toot your horns. Yeah, meh, meh, meh. I'm telling you, we were just as much tourists sitting there as anybody else in the sense that I was in awe and going, wow.
I would like to think that we weren't
Yeah.
as touristy.
Well, no, we didn't. We weren't touristy. We were there for meetings. But when we were out in the meeting, we could have been anywhere. But when we stepped outside of that meeting and you're
It's-
seeing stage 18
listen,
and this and that,
it's,
I'm telling you, I was
uh,
quite enjoying that. I thought, this is awesome.
For me, it's not about, like somebody might say, and I'm in no position to judge this. Someone might say, oh, did you see any whatever actors or something? That's not what's interesting about it for me. Although I would see nothing
Yeah.
but fun. It's fun. Oh, hey,
it's
there's
fun.
so-and-so or whatever.
So-and-so, yeah, we've seen our fair share of that. on
But,
this trip.
oh, we've seen our fair share of that.
Yes, we
What I like is the history. That to me, that's
Yeah.
you go to England, and you
Yeah.
see something that's been there for hundreds of years, and it's awesome, or thousands of years.
Yeah.
It's historical and it's interesting. Here in North America, we don't really have buildings like that, so we have other kinds of historical investments in them.
Yeah.
And Paramount's got an amazing history. People who
Yes.
who look into it or care to read about it, it's an awesome history.
Well, that's the thing.
And it's a history of, so many people's dreams and fantasies and all that. And then to go on that lot is sort of like, oh, look, there's a guy working who's a carpenter and there's a set painter. And it's like the
Yeah.
old 30s
It
vibe.
is. It totally has that feeling.
Just walking along
Yeah, it's very much a factory.
from one lot or one studio to another in the buildings. And you look in and saw the carpenters and that. And it's just kind of got this
And they're
buzz
building
of
all these
interest.
facades and
Yeah.
things, and that looks so real in the movies.
It's cool.
It was very cool. It was a real treat, as you've said many times on this trip.
Well, the
Just a
treat
real treat.
is that you have to put the treat there. You have to be the one to say, this is awesome. And it's that thing we've talked about a million times. We have to like it for what it is. We can't always say, oh, you hope that the things you're talking about come to fruition, or you hope that
Yeah.
something magic happens down the road that makes everything all better or changes
No.
whatever. Like
we
that.
just live in this moment.
can't do that.
And this is a great moment that we've experienced, and it's some positive things, and we'll see what the future holds.
Okay, well, that was a great podcast, everybody.
It was. Thank you for listening.
Hustler
Live from LA.
putting a cap on it already.
Oh, there's no cap.
It felt like a good ending
It did
point,
feel,
though.
well, it did. Well, we can make that the first ending. Second ending coming up. Wait for it. Wait for it.
And okay, we're back.
Yeah.
We had an ad in there for artwork, studio, and classroom here in
Yeah,
the corner of
there it
Larchmont
is.
Boulevard and Melrose.
Yeah, we'd like to bake in our ads.
Like to make them.
Yeah.
The hard part is going back and then just lining it up. So how many times have we gone over this road trying to get the timing just right?
Yeah.
To hit that moment.
Well, that time I think we nailed it. We don't have to go back.
Totally nailed it. Good old Paramount up here on the left.
Yeah, you might notice to the left, this is where we actually just were. Ripped from there to another meeting, which was good as well.
Yeah. It
should-
really sounds
we-
good when you say that,
Well,
doesn't
that's
it?
all I can say. And from here,
Yep.
we're heading to Las Vegas, back to Las Vegas.
Another meeting in Las Vegas. We got a meeting over there.
Yeah,
That's going to be a really contentious meeting.
yeah.
That's
I'm
going
a
to be,
little
do
worried
we
about it.
just get a $6 burrito, or do
You
I
do it.
manipulate you into... See, there's the famous gate, and it was fun going under that gate, because that gate,
Yeah,
that's a meaningful gate.
it was.
55555 Melrose, and I believe the street was Windsor, as the people saw. And in there is, oh man, just tons of history.
Yeah.
Like they said, the office we were in was the actual office from Sunset Boulevard, the
Yeah.
Billy Wilder movie, and that's cool.
Yeah.
But it's only cool if you know about it, like anything,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's right. It's like anything. I guess that's maybe what makes celebrities what they are too, and all that. Why people gravitate to it. Somehow, some kind of a connection to it.
Just that
It is
we
strange,
know
though,
about them.
I must say.
Well, I know that it's. I think you would always try. You personally would always try to resist the interest factor, and like you'd be like, "Oh, they're just like us,"
Yeah.
because that's core hustle belief.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whereas I think there probably are some celebrities that I would meet that I would get some kind of joy or delight or,
Oh, yeah.
or pleasure from just meeting them. To think, oh, you've done some stuff that I think's awesome, or you're
Sure.
funny, or like even last night. Like last night we were at UCB Theater, which is Upright Citizens Brigade Theater, and we saw a comedy show. And it's usually hosted by Rob Hubel and Paul Scheer. Rob Hubel wasn't there, but Paul Scheer was there. And we were right down in the front row, and it's not a big theater, and it's
No,
nothing
no, it's like
fancy.
not
it
at all.
holds 50 to 100 people, I would say.
Yeah.
But you're down in the front row, and there's Paul Scheer being funny right in front of you. And
Yeah.
I like that. To me, that's...
Oh yeah, because there's that connection.
Yeah, and
get
you
to see
feel
them
like,
for
oh,
real.
it's
But
nice to be
it's
part
not
of
as
this.
like a I worship you type feeling. Like, oh my God, there's Paul Scheer. It's more of a respect.
You wanted to touch him, didn't you? Get a lock of his hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to.
But he's balding, and
He
it wouldn't be
definitely
nice
is,
to take
yeah.
that hair from him. That's a low blow.
Oh, no, he won't mind.
No. But I thought he was awesome, and I thought that show was awesome. And the thing that was,
Sure.
to go with that thing that we're talking about, it's an investment. Like when Nick Kroll came on, you didn't know who Nick Kroll was.
No, I don't know them like you do.
Right, so Rick and I look at each other and exchange a look like, oh, awesome, Nick Kroll's here.
Yeah.
And the same thing when John Daly came out. It was exciting. Oh, hey, John Daly's here.
Right.
And so those kinds of things,
Whoa.
that's an investment of your thinking. That was close, hey, folks?
Yeah.
That's an investment of your thinking. You get it from medical marijuana cards. We've been wanting to see that all along.
Oh, there it is.
There's the doctor that you go to get your medical
Yeah,
marijuana card.
Look at those fancy weird doors and shit.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, to see those comedians, it could A, mean nothing to you. It could be exciting for me because I listen to their other stuff and I know who they are. Or it could be just C, exciting because you're going to a comedy show and you judge by what you see in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure there's lots of D, E's, and F's, but I think somewhere between all that is what we all thought,
Yeah.
except that you fell asleep.
Well, I was just gonna say I felt bad. I fell asleep. I was drifting off. Like
You
I
were.
just kept nodding off.
You were drifting off.
And
I find that almost impossible. to
I
believe.
blame it on the huge beer that I had before.
Yeah.
It was like this
Japanese
big
beer.
Japanese Seoul or Seoul, something like that.
Wasn't it acai?
I don't know.
Or
Can't
was it
remember
the
the
other
name of
one?
it. I just know I said, yeah, give me a big one, and it was like this big.
Why do you drink so much beer?
And I had to. I don't. That's the problem.
I mean, at once.
Well, the reason in this case was that we were in a hurry. Like the lady, the lady that was managing the line, she was like a Nazi.
Nah, come on, that's
Well,
hard. That's hard.
I mean, in the sense,
She was a girl too.
Yeah,
She was no lady.
a girl.
That's no lady. That's my wife.
She was rushing us to get back into that line so that we didn't miss our spot, which of course we wouldn't have wanted to. So I had to.
No, we had a great seat.
We did.
It was awesome.
So I had to guzzle the beer. Is what I'm saying.
We're heading to 101
It's like-
South, guys.
Way too much.
But I'm just wondering why were the bottles so big? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
That must be just the way it is over there.
Like that's what I couldn't figure out. You had a yeah, but I think it's for them, not for us.
Look at this traffic.
This is what we've been hoping for, everybody.
Oh,
This is what we've been excited about.
oh, we love this traffic.
People say to me all the time, I get letters from fans, like handwritten, like letters, actually. Letters.
Which is really rare in this day.
But it's such a treat, such a treat. I get letters from fans and they'll say, hey, guys, like, what is the LA experience, you know?
Oh, here it is.
This is it. Here it is. It would be even better if we were behind the porta potty on the truck up there. That would be the real LA experience. Behind a porta potty on a highway or freeway. Yeah, it is loud, isn't it?
Just that.
So this is 101. This is one of those roads that cuts through the city like a like a ribbon of traffic. It is a ribbon of traffic.
I just like it.
It's like
good,
one, and
it's a
it
really
is
good
one.
analogy.
It was dead on.
Very good analogy. People are going to get the feeling of it, even if they're not watching the podcast.
People won't watch this podcast, I would say. Well, I have 3 things I can look at. 1, traffic. 2, middle-aged guys.
Yeah.
And 3, 2 middle-aged.
We've got our nice shirts on.
That's one thing that we've done is we put on our nice shirts. We got our LA glasses on.
Yeah. Trying to be a little presentable in this big town of sharks.
We're just like little country mice.
Trying to look, like, don't eat us. Like we're too nice to eat.
We're sharks too. Look at us.
Yeah, look at us.
Arr.
Yeah.
That's the sound that a shark makes.
Yeah.
Arr.
That's the sound that a shark makes.
Did we? Good rhyming. Good rhyming. Did we fully explain the whole Upright Citizens Brigade thing? Could we go deep into that? Because I want to say this. I was really keyed up for that.
Yeah,
like I was keyed up.
We had a little.
There was a meltdown, emotional meltdown.
Before getting there, we got on a few wrong roads, and so.
I blame the TomTom and I blame my faulty memory and flawed Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
It all combined to make a perfect storm of not going the right way.
It's kind of like a plane crash that way.
It's like exactly like.
It's never one thing.
Except nobody got hurt
No.
or killed.
We landed safely.
And there wasn't.
One of those success stories.
Yeah, there was no structural
So
damage.
in a way, we're heroes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In many ways, not just in our way, in a number of ways.
Like
we're heroes.
We managed our way through that.
Yeah, we did.
We gutted it out.
We should have. You see how I missed that opportunity? I'm staying in this right lane. For no reason. I have no reason to be in this lane. It's bad. I should have nipped into the middle.
And it's one of those scenarios though where we'll end up.
I know.
Same spot,
I
same
know.
place, same time.
But strategy-wise, you always want to make those incremental bits of progress, don't you?
You do, but that to me is just like a little false sense of hope.
It's a shell
To
game.
move a little faster.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Think, okay, I'm progressing.
Oh, I'm really going now. Look, but see what I didn't.
And the car that you were behind all of a sudden passes.
Yeah, and then later you pass them and say, yes, now we're making some progress, and they pass you. And, but the UCB, why that was exciting for me, and we saw Matt Besser too. That was also really great. The reason why I like that is because a lot of the podcasts that I listen to are comedy podcasts, right? As you know, and that's right. As you know, we really don't even have to talk about this because you already know.
I know, but the people listening.
The people are many fans. The fans don't know. They have no idea. I listen to comedy podcasts, and I enjoy the comedy podcasts that seem to be sort of peripheral to what you would call this group of Los Angeles comedians like Paul Scheer, Rob Hubel, Scott Aukerman, and Nick Kroll, and on out from there, Doug Benson. And these comedians, I don't want to say incestuous because that colors it incorrectly, but they're sort of all tied together, and they're sort of around this UCB, this theater that I think, pretty sure started in New York. Yeah, come on in. I don't know. You got American flags up there. You got a pickup truck. You got a Dodge.
The only thing different between that and a truck in Huron County is there's no balls hanging from the back.
I'm glad of that. It's been neutered. Spay your trucks, guys.
Well, they're big on that, and that's because of Bob Barker. Bob Barker really helped remove the balls from those
many trucks.
Yeah, many trucks.
Well, there's a lot of people that buy trucks and they just let them breed indiscriminately and make little SUVs all over the place.
Yeah.
Well,
we don't like that.
This
not
is
in,
not.
not in California.
Yeah, this is
I mean,
not
you get,
something.
like, I actually haven't really noticed the smog that much on this trip.
Remember when we went up Runyon?
Well,
and
yes.
we looked out. That's when you really
That's
noticed
when you could see it, just kind of hanging there.
And we'll talk about that too, because that's another. I think
awesome.
what this podcast is we're trying to talk about our LA experience, aren't we?
Well,
I'm pretty sure.
That's all we're talking about so far. So I
Listen,
guess so.
I'll sum up UCB. It's a small theater. There are a lot of comedians that are tied to it, and it was really exciting to go there. And as I was there watching, I was conscious of that this is sort of like their little playhouse, that they come and do whatever they want.
Right.
It's not like a show
No,
that
I
would come.
totally felt that way.
Yeah, and I like that.
I felt like they invited us over to their living room.
Exactly. We're
"Hey,
in
buddy."
their place.
Yeah, bring your own beer. No
And did you
problem.
see Scheer he looks so comfortable up there. Like,
Totally.
It doesn't have to be funny. It doesn't have to be.
Yeah, there was no pressure. Like if
Yeah.
he was good or bad or whatever, it's like I'm just trying to. And everybody there seemed to know
It was
that's
a
the
conversation.
case. There was a lot of interaction with the crowd.
Yeah,
And I'm
I
glad
like
I didn't
that.
fall asleep because we would have got.
It's good that you didn't fall
More
asleep,
interaction.
even because it would hurt their feelings. Oh, look, there's a guy in the front row, in the center,
Yeah,
who's
but
asleep.
It would have been made for good comedy. Kind of
It
wish
would have helped,
I wish
yeah.
it had happened. People would have laughed.
I'm
And
pretty sure my brother
I
didn't
would have
like that.
I would have been the guy that fell asleep.
You're the
I
goat.
could tell that he did not want that.
I'm pretty
to
sure
happen.
he did not like that.
Yeah, that's one thing I noticed, that your brother doesn't like that kind of pressure.
He doesn't like when people fall asleep in the show.
Yeah, but
He's
that's
never
okay.
liked
I
that.
respect that. I went out and took some heroin. I was fine.
Now, tell the truth, it's cigarettes.
So, wow.
Mark is a smoker, as many of you
Well,
know.
everybody knows that.
I don't know if everybody knows that.
You can
What
tell
about
by-
new
you can
listeners?
Tell by my raspy voice.
New
They'll go
listeners.
Immediately smoker.
Mhm.
That guy's a smoker.
Porta potty, we just passed him. Look at that, making progress, folks. Making progress.
We feel like we're making progress.
Oh, we are.
Well, we are.
It's because I jumped over in this lane. You can turn her up.
Just a hair.
So UCB, I think we've ticked that off the list.
Yeah, it's
If
fantastic.
I lived
Good
in this
time,
town,
loved it.
I'd go there a lot.
Oh, yeah,
I
there's
really
no
would.
doubt about it.
$5.
I'd probably become a hipster.
I know you would. Yeah, you would
I
because
just
you
morph into a hipster.
you smoke cigarettes. You had a jacket on.
Yeah.
Did you not have little kind of shoes too? You had little certain kind of
still
shoe
have
on,
those
no
shoes
laces.
on. Yeah, I still have those on.
Yeah, so that was good.
Got my hipster costume.
Kind
And the
of,
only
yeah.
reason I have this costume with me is because we were going to Comic-Con before this.
Well, that's a separate podcast, I'm pretty sure, isn't
It
it?
could be, but just a little teaser.
It's a teaser for
little
next
teaser.
podcast.
Yeah.
a little
Just a little
Dick
teaser.
Waverly.
Look, Dick Waver. Dick Waver. That's one thing that came out of this trip that was a lovely surprise. We found a new character in the form of, Dick Waver. And
How does that happen? Like, how does that...
Starts with a little wordplay.
Somebody says something, and then all of a sudden, he's Australian. I'm an Australian guy named Dick Waver.
Yeah. And then we had to find little cohorts like
Scotty
Rodham and Sphinx Turner.
It's the most infantile, childish kind of stuff.
You know, we sure entertained ourselves with that.
You know what it is? It's that the stupid pun names. That's one thing, right? It's that
Yeah.
if it just stopped there, it's nothing. It's that you have to invest the character in there once again by making him inexplicably some Australian guy who's in 3 markets in Melbourne. Like
Right.
that's what the funny part is the detail.
Should we bring him in? Channel him in?
I don't know if we need to do him
It's funny, you know.
quite yet.
We think he's funny when we're in the car all by ourselves. As soon as the cameras come, why are we so embarrassed? Like we have.
It's
what-
not.
Is it embarrassment?
It's
Is
not
it-
embarrassment. It's not embarrassment.
No, because you're good at it.
You got some of it, didn't you?
Oh, we got bits.
I
We
think
got
you
some
got some.
bits of Dick Waver.
Look, here's the thing about doing characters. I think probably 90% of the time I am playing a character, even just when we're hanging around.
Sure.
Am I not?
Well, isn't everybody?
Whoa.
Ask yourselves that.
Whoa.
Ask yourselves that as
People,
we approach the second ending.
Look at your, look deep into yourselves, people,
Yeah.
as we approach what I think is now being called the second ending.
Who are you, really?
Who?
And you know what?
Who?
I'll say it. I'll go as far as to say this. If
Okay.
you came to this city, this town, without an inkling, even just a small little bit of a
No idea,
foundation
no idea.
to stand on, you get lost and eaten up so fast. And I wonder how many people are walking around these streets, you know, in exactly that situation.
Wearing a pink
Wearing,
bikini.
like constantly wearing a costume.
a pink bikini.
Yeah, we saw that, and that was crazy.
And a skirt and long brown hair.
And you forget to
makeup.
mention that it wasn't a woman.
No, he was.
He.
Have you ever seen, folks? Have you ever seen a fat man of about 60? He would be about 60, between 60 and 70,
Yeah.
wearing a bikini and a bikini top on his man boobs.
Oh,
And he had a wig, and he had what had to be a thong kind of bathing suit bikini bottom,
Oh, it was
and a little
insane.
skirt, and he was riding a
and
bike.
riding a bike. It was nasty.
And he had a heck of a tan, though, to be fair.
Well, I don't know.
Real nice tan.
Very nice indeed, but man,
Did not have a good makeup job.
bad.
And he was biking down Santa Monica Boulevard,
Just
heading
as
east,
proud as can be.
real happy. And you said that he kind of waggled his man boob
Oh,
at
he
a
did.
bus of
He
tourists.
went like boop boop like
He
this.
waggled
like,
it up.
Yeah.
And I saw him wave like he did this way.
Yeah, he went like that.
finger
and went
wave.
Like, then went like this.
So
Yeah.
he finger waved with the
Yeah,
man
he
boob
did.
shake.
He did the two.
The movie
things.
shake.
You were looking at the hand. I was looking at the boobs.
I was.
Per usual.
I was watching the hand.
What can I say?
Watching the hand. And we had to agree that this guy, on some level, needed some attention bad.
Yeah, there's no. I that's the only way I can understand it. Like, you need attention. You want this attention. You want this negativity to keep your little world alive that you got going on.
You definitely played a deeper and a longer game on him than I did.
Well, maybe, but you're just trying to understand, like, what is it? And my reaction or thought was,
Your gut feeling.
was that this guy has to do that to create a negativity to justify his hatred for something, whether that's the world, whether that's the system, whether that's his mom or his dad, or like, nobody understands me, all of that kind of thing. I could be totally wrong.
Yeah, it's
I mean, I don't know the guy, didn't talk to him, didn't take the time. I was a little scared too, to be honest.
By the way, look at the beautiful snowy mountains in front of us. I'm guessing that's snow. I don't know.
Not sure looks like it.
It's lovely here, isn't
That's
it?
the extremes of California. The awesome thing about California.
Maybe the awesome thing about this particular area.
Of the climate here, yeah.
Oh, it's spectacular.
Like in a few hours, we're going to be in 108 degrees in the middle of a desert.
Yeah, we are.
And here in LA, the climate is like just perfect.
It has been hot at times.
It's been hot, but it's a nice breeze.
In the shade,
coming
is
off
wonderful.
the ocean.
The ocean breeze.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's a good thing that the weather is nice, because that guy would not be able to sustain that bikini otherwise, would he?
No.
You were just double checking on the old GPS.
Well, no, I wasn't. I was looking at how my camera is going, bzzz, and almost like it needs a little something under it to absorb that shot.
Yeah, because no one will want to watch that. They'll get the jitters.
It'll just be like, if I just shove that in there, look at that.
Did it work?
There you go, kids. I apologize. I know I was looking a little weird there.
We're back from second break.
Back from second break.
This was brought to you by the towing truck company.
Yeah.
I don't remember the name because we passed so quickly, and I've got to concentrate on the road. Hey, you know what this podcast is all about? Is my driving and how am I doing? Like, I'm not asking you how I'm doing. I'm saying that's something we can go in the carpool lane. There's two of us. That's something that we can look at as this podcast is kind of measuring. Is he a good driver? Does he drive safely? Is he careful? And
well, I feel safe.
Do you?
I do.
Have you the whole time?
Yeah, I do. I actually feel as safe as if I was driving.
That's nice.
With you driving.
At any point, I'm going to move this mic up a bit. See how I realize now that's been in the way. At any point, and I am not driving with my legs, so don't worry, kids.
Yeah, no, I'm reaching over, as you can see.
Mm-hmm.
There we
At any point in this journey, have you felt like, wow, this guy's not a safe driver?
Nope.
I think that I've had the seatbelt on the mic for a long time.
Well, I don't have
some
my
bad
headphones
audio.
on, but I was definitely getting level. I'm sure it's fine.
Okay.
There's a train.
It's amazing. The
On the
old-fashioned
highway.
and the
A
new
train
fashioned
on a
side
highway.
by side.
You don't see that every day, kids.
Yeah, it is right on the highway.
Right on the
isn't it?
highway, like just driving. It's
Right
got
down the center.
wheels that come out, boom, and it just rips down the highway. Never seen that before.
We're going to have to get over it one of these days. There's some compacted trash. It's interesting.
Yeah, you got to put it somewhere.
One of the things that I also want to talk about here in LA was how much we really seem to enjoy the Santa Monica area as a group.
We did enjoy it. We should mention that it wasn't just the two of us the whole time.
Well,
We had our brothers with us.
well, I think it's pretty well, you understood.
I don't know if we established it. I said this guy's name Rick at one point in our
Rick
story.
Law, my
but
brother Rick.
We didn't say who that Rick was. So Rick's Rand's brother.
He's my brother. He was
Little
born
brother.
6 years after me.
And I had my little brother Annie.
Born
And
several
he's born
years after
10
you.
years after me.
It's exciting.
Yeah. And it's funny how here we are, all the same age, working, doing a job together.
Yeah, when they were little fellas and you'd said, oh, hey, you guys are going to go to Los Angeles and San Diego and Las Vegas and do these little things and do some stuff, I would have said, that little kid over there? No.
Exactly.
He's scared to leave home. He always wants to be with his mom.
Well, it's funny how it changes.
It is funny
We
how
get
it
younger,
changes.
they get older, we meet in the middle.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's a fact. Fact totem. I'm keeping right. Don't worry. It's a nasty bit of road here, eh?
Yeah.
It doesn't look very nice.
Not very pretty. We'll have to probably stop the cameras at some point and then turn back on for part two or podcast
I think
two.
we might have to clean this up in post, clean up the road and that.
Maybe.
What do you think?
It could be. Yeah.
It's an idea. What do we like about Santa Monica and that pier and all that?
Well, what I liked about Santa Monica was all the people.
we don't have to be in this lane, by the way.
I
Joe's.
like people watching
Tom
people.
just changed it up. You like the people watch. You like the promenade, that area that was sort of those no traffic areas.
Awesome.
Remind me of Europe, of course.
Yes,
That's
they
one
do.
thing which I like. But this was a no traffic area that was distinctively like as if I have a lot of experience, but it feels like Southern California.
Yeah.
It feels like you are where you are.
Yeah. And all of the shopping places we went to, and we visited a lot of them.
For some reason, this was
We
a real
did.
shop. We really shopped
They
it up.
all were outdoor shopping malls, which I really enjoyed.
I think we need to back up why and explain why we had to shop so much.
Oh, we had to shop so much. I guess at first was that Ricky needed a sweater.
That's how it all started. Was that
It was
what
cold.
broke it loose? But we weren't part of that. We weren't. We were busy.
The second shop was really because we were going to see Captain America,
It is what happened. That's
and
right.
then we shopped a little.
Well,
bit.
we did.
We just ate
no, we
food.
didn't.
All we did was eat food.
We went to
didn't-
Rubio's, which we found that we loved.
Yeah, it was good.
But we'll more on that when we do the San Diego portion.
Yeah.
We're kind of going backwards in time.
Well, get a little taste. Just getting
a little
fancy
taste of
tastes.
Mexican food there. Yeah.
That's good.
But we ended up shopping more than I would ever have imagined shopping. I'm not a shopper. I don't like it.
No.
I felt like you
I
guys-
found myself doing exactly what I do when I shop with my wife.
Which is
Is that the
Crying.
boys would go into the store, and I would stay outside in the hallway. But this time the hallway wasn't a hallway; it was like a beautiful outdoor with trees and people and
That's nice.
jugglers and clowns and streetcars and all sorts.
I think you made up some of that.
And it was awesome.
I don't remember seeing
So,
jugglers. And
I really
clowns.
like that hallway as opposed to the hallways we have at home.
Yeah.
And that's something the climate allows down here. We don't have that option,
No.
at least not all year round.
I don't think that I was in there shopping. I feel like I didn't shop as much either.
No, we were just there for the walk around
And the Wi-Fi.
the Wi-Fi wherever we could find it.
How inconvenient is not having your 3G signal for your phone?
Yeah, it's pretty convenient. That's for sure. We're
You
pretty
need the Wi-Fi.
spoiled, yeah. But one thing I definitely noticed on this trip, as opposed to last time we were here, is there's a lot more
Coverage is better.
available hotspots that
Yeah.
are free.
The things that Santa Monica provides that are nice. How about the best ice cream I ever had in my life?
Yeah, you
Up
had
in that
some.
marketplace in that whatever that mall-y thing
I
was
had a little
called.
taste.
Just to grab a quick bite. Yeah, he's already started. A quick bite in that food court, and you see that even in those food courts, like you're just going for a quick nip, right? You already had your supper, so you didn't.
Yeah,
eat
I had
anything.
ate my supper earlier.
Had eaten. Correct. I just need to correct your grammar there. Sorry. Beautiful mountains over there.
Yeah, there are.
You get this thing where, okay, we'll just quick nip into this food court. You guys are going to go down to the pier and swim around the pier. And as you're going to swim down there, I'm going to read my book, sit in a Starbucks. I was too nervous about looking like the guy who goes to the Starbucks, opens the laptop. I think I'm going to write my screenplay. Let's work on
that
my-
would not even.
Excuse
I
me
wouldn't
while
even
I'm
try to
working on my screenplay. Pardon me while I am working on
Listen a
a
minute, what are you working on?
this little thing?
This little thing.
just screenplay. I don't know, maybe you've heard of a screenplay before
Yeah.
here in Santa Monica.
I
Just
wasn't
saying.
worried about that.
I'm a screenplay writer.
That wouldn't have
So-
bothered me.
I know it wouldn't bother you. I am very conscious about not wanting to say to anyone, "Oh, I'm a screenwriter,"
Right.
because I think
Yeah.
if you did that, you'd get hit in the face with about 5,000 scripts.
Sure.
By people. Oh yeah, I'm a screenwriter. I'm a screenwriter. I'm a screenwriter.
Everybody's
Me
a
too.
screenwriter, and producer, and an agent, whatever.
Everybody's a screenwriter.
Yeah.
And
Oh yeah.
But you don't
really,
want to
what
be
are
on
the
that list.
chances of someone coming up to you at a Starbucks and say, "Hey, what's that you're working on?"
They're low, but here's what I'm doing. Because we've already established I'm always outside myself, looking at myself, I'm judging me from the outside.
Right.
I'm outside me, looking at me in the Starbucks and saying,
yeah,
I don't like
I guess
me.
you're right.
I'm pointing at myself saying, that guy's a jackass. Look at him.
Right.
Attention
He
seeking.
thinks he's. Yeah, but I don't know. I think it's safe at Starbucks.
It would be safe in
Stabbix.
Starbucks in another town. Stabbix, yeah. Stabbix.
Starbucks.
You want me to do it, that's why you say it. Have you been down to Stabbix?
Yeah, Starbucks.
Ah, it's nice at Stabbix. I gotta say.
Dick Waver.
Dick Waver loves himself a Starbucks. Gotta say. You know, I'm popular in 3 markets back in Melbourne. There's probably some Australian listening saying, we don't talk like that. You're crazy.
Check. Yeah, I'm good.
Oh, you can. All of a sudden, we haven't recorded anything.
I don't think
We've not recorded a thing. It's
Well,
time to begin again.
Well, here we are, minute 34 on episode 1 from LA.
We're back.
The sun is hot and
We're going to reset. It's about 95 degrees outside. We're on the 101 heading on San Bernardino Freeway. Traffic is bumper to bumper out there as we head east towards Vegas.
That's right.
Busy day. Couple of meetings.
Busy day. Yeah.
We'll get to that in a minute. That's a teaser for coming right up on the name of the show that we're on. And sorry for hitting that. I don't think we're not. Here's the thing with these podcasts: we're always we're not focusing enough on entertainment value. We're just talking.
Well, that's what all we can do. That's what we do. We
Yeah,
talk.
but we could become much funnier.
Well, you want to be funnier? Let's go funny then.
Well, then we're not. I don't.
Let's be
Pressure's
funny.
on.
Okay.
Okay, funny in 5, 4, 3, 2. No, it's not. I don't think it's going to work.
Yeah, it's hard.
The problem with funny is, and you said this last night, you said something that kind of hit me like a shot from a diamond bullet.
Right on the forehead.
Yes, that's funny.
And I said to myself, if we had these men, trained cadres of these men, are mixing up the action with the dialogue.
If we were sitting at the Upright Citizens Brigade, if we were sitting there and you didn't say to me as soon as we were done, you could have been up there. You could have been up on the stage. Right. If we didn't do that, I would have been surprised, because that's the kind of thing you would do. You'd say, like, we could do that. It's very common that you say,
Right.
oh, we could do that. We could make this movie.
there's
Or
nothing-
yeah,
that
we could be the
do.
band opening for you too, not
Sure.
you and I.
Yeah,
Although
yeah.
you and I could be
Well,
the band.
Could be. It's possible.
You play bass. I could recite poetry. It'd be
Well,
interesting.
the truth is, I know the talent's there. It's not fake. I've seen
It's
it.
real.
It's real.
But that's a very core you thing to say.
For sure.
But and if it hadn't happened, I would have been surprised. I would have been surprised.
Yeah.
Put it that way.
Yeah. You're just waiting for it.
But I wasn't waiting for it. I was just sitting there waiting.
Come on, Mark, please say it.
He's going to say it. He's going to say it. I know he is. I'm
Please
just getting
say it.
ready.
Oh,
You could
said
have.
it. Oh,
I could have been up there.
I'm validated.
Yes. And then went outside and I stood around waiting for someone to come up to me and say, could you have been? Yeah, I could have. Yeah, I could have. I could have been up there.
Could have, would have, should
Could have been up there. Could have been up there. No problem. Could have been up there. No problem. Could have been up there doing my voice, singing, dancing. Put on quite a show. One of the reasons I don't want to do that character all the time is I don't think I'm doing the accent right full time.
Right. But
Right? Because I keep slipping into yes.
But because it's a character,
South African.
you can get away with it, right? It doesn't have to be.
Oh, you mean because it's a character and it's not really
Yeah. So it's funny.
Yeah, that
anyway.
could
and
be.
just that in itself, you just make that weakness that you see as a weakness as a part of the character, and you
That's
just
right.
work it even harder.
Dick Waver, public television, 3 markets in Melbourne, and my accent is not consistent. It's part of my charm. See, it's part of me charm.
It's
See,
part
there's
of me
this-
charm.
Part of me charm.
Part of me
Part of
charm.
my dog.
Right.
You go into sort of this thing where you think, I could, and I'm sorry that voice is so loud. It is piercing. It's even piercing for me to do it. You feel like if I do it on a sustained level, it's not gonna hold up. People start finding the cracks. Anyway, as I was saying, you said, yeah, you could be up there. You're as funny as so and so, or you could do it. Here's the thing about being funny. Being funny, and you saw this last night.
Yeah.
Being funny is easier in reaction to something.
Oh, for sure. There's no doubt. Absolutely true.
Or being on stage, because the situation forces you.
That's right.
Now go be funny.
Yeah. I agree.
Like
yeah, you have
dance
to.
monkey.
Yeah, it's true.
And you see that when John Daly comes out and he gets that crazy look in his face,
yeah.
and he's getting juice. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
There's juice coming in,
for sure.
and he's playing off that juice. And when Sheer comes out and he's like, "What else? What else? Like, what's happening? Who went to Comic-Con?" And he was looking around for something interesting.
Yeah.
Like he said, what was your favorite thing at Comic-Con? And I said, Rob Corddry. Nothing there. Next, next.
Okay, that's not what I'm looking for.
He's looking for somebody to say, I saw Jabba the Hutt and a guy in a Jabba the Hutt costume, and I saw his bare bottom, something like that. I saw his bare bottom, Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah.
A man wearing a coonskin hat and a robot outfit. It didn't match. He's looking for something.
That's right.
And that kind of comedy and reaction, to me, that's easy to do. Whereas if you just said, turn on the cameras, go. There's this kind of, it almost pulls the energy out of you that you're getting if you're in a place where there's an audience,
Yeah, for sure.
And that's why I guess there's preparation and stuff. If you turn a mic on,
yeah, you have
comedian,
to be ready for when there's no interaction and everybody's just sitting there stone faced. You guys still have something.
But even, I would say this, if I walked out on a stage and everybody was stone faced, I could still
work with that.
The situation would be such that it would make me think, okay, I have to do something. And I'm a teacher, right?
So you just use
I would just go into whatever I go into.
Right,
But if it's just you and me in a car and you turned on these and said, okay, let's be funny, I think we would both find it very difficult
hey man,
to suddenly be funny.
At least from my side of it. It's very true.
Well, that's the thing about trying to be funny, is that when you try to be funny, that's when you're not maybe funny. You're a lot funnier when you don't have to try.
Yeah, it's true.
Although, again, somehow when you go walk up to a microphone and there's a group of people there, it's easy.
Yeah, I agree. Once you get on a stage and you have to do something, it just flows out.
And maybe it's situational. Like you get cues from doing it for so long, or like as if I've done it for so long. But anyway.
Well, it's no different than speaking any form.
You're just used to that.
Yeah, you just it's about reading the crowd, reading the people. It's like being at a meeting or anything else. Like you get in, you don't know really, you have certain things you want to cover, but you have to go with the flow of it.
You get pulled
and
into
you get
a
pulled
structure,
in and out, if you just are only there with your focus set, those are the people that aren't successful. It's the people that can improvise on the fly, I think anyway, that have longevity, especially comedians.
Well, we kind of went off the topic there, didn't we? Hey, wasn't that the place that she told us to go, El Torito? That can't be it. That's too far.
Maybe
anyway.
We're all over the place.
Yeah, or it was El Torino. The idea that we could be in a place and do stuff that fits in the place we are, like you're looking around Comic-Con, we could do a panel.
Sure.
That was entertaining. We could go up and be the band playing there. You could be the band that did this. I could go up on stage and make a certain number of people laugh or whatever. By the way, people watching this would say, no, you couldn't. But anyway, we'll deal with that as it comes. The thing about looking at that show that they did, and it was an hour, wasn't it? Dead on an hour? Or was it more than an hour?
I think it was a little longer than that, actually.
Longer than an hour.
Yeah, it was past my bedtime.
Yeah, well, or right in your bedtime.
It must have been right in my bedtime.
You made your bedtime right there. The thing about watching that, and we're good, buddy, go ahead.
Come on in.
The thing about watching that and seeing them go, and that sense of whatever happens, and the audience who comes, you're buying into that.
Yeah.
It's not going to be funny all the time, and nor does it have to be. Maybe it's just interesting, or maybe it's not even interesting, but you're just there to see whatever there is. I like that. I like that experimental.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that interesting thing. And then when we walked out of there, or when we drove away, talking about how they would, every week have to have material ready for that, even if it's not a joke or, it's not, a set number of bits. He's at Comic-Con and he's got his iPhone and he's saying, I'm going to take some pictures because I got to have some stuff ready for Monday night.
That's right.
So
it makes. And I actually was surprised how many videos they showed, stuff like that.
That's good.
Yeah.
Because you were thinking, we could do that.
Well, I was, of course, but I also was thinking, I could see this on YouTube. Like it's almost, I'm not saying it was a cop-out, but it was like, I'm not going to do this bit, I'll just play the pre-recorded bit.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that's good marketing too, I don't know.
I don't know if those are on YouTube. That's a
Maybe
good
they're
question.
Not. Maybe they're not.
The
Maybe
Zappity Tappity character, the tree,
Yeah.
he's done that on the Comedy Bang Bang podcast, but I've never seen it anywhere else or heard it. I'm sure it's been around. He's probably, maybe it's on Funny or Die, or that'd be a good place for him to put it.
For sure.
Anyway, not to belabor the point, too late. It was awesome. Look at that hawk up there, you know?
There's some
The
hills.
red tail. The idea that was one of the high points, though, it's funny that you could live there and it would be constant, weekly,
Yeah.
multiple times a night. The woman that I was sitting beside, I got chatting with her.
Yeah.
She had been there for the show prior, and we can turn that right down. She'd been there for the earlier show, and she said she
really?
comes there all the time. Yeah. So
she
it's
saw
just,
both of them.
Yeah.
The same people.
No, different group.
Totally different group.
Yeah. And she said she comes there all the time. Man, it's a great
Why
thing.
wouldn't you though? It was really cheap entertainment.
$5. And a great show.
Yeah.
Anyway. And then we like Santa Monica. But it's just a mall.
Well, the part we did, we went to the beach and the pier, of course, and we did a little swim in the ocean,
guys
which
went
was really
swimming.
nice.
Then I was wrestling with the stereotype
Yeah,
of the
you
writer.
were going, hey, look at I'm a writer.
Hello, everybody.
I was wrestling with, hey, I'm on the beach and I'm fat.
Well, you know what? Let's talk about that. This is not necessarily a town of fat people, is it?
No, it's true what they say, the beautiful people, the beautiful people.
Yeah. And even ugly people, or let's say people that I wouldn't find classically attractive, presenting as beautiful people. Like the air around them is, I'm interesting, or I'm
Yeah, I've got something, I got to make something work.
style
And
or
lots
whatever.
Lots of swagger, lots of walking.
It's a performance
swagger.
thing, isn't
Yeah.
it? Everybody's,
Was
or
very
not
much.
everybody.
Pretty much a lot of people, though.
One
And
thing-
we
go ahead.
have to say that we were in a lot of the more
Areas
wealthy areas
where
of
you'd see that.
LA, not just.
But that's one thing I was going to say is, remember at the beach and everywhere we went, lots of Hispanic families and just regular folks
Sure,
that have
absolutely.
jobs and, just out with their kids and
Yeah, it was
going to
nice.
the beach, and you see,
different
there
than-
they are side by side with these fake breasts and
Right.
puffed up lips and
Yeah,
that look, whatever you want to call it, that mask.
Yeah.
And I thought, wow, this is it's a funny clash, eh?
Yeah.
Because a lot of the families, a lot of the people we saw are rounder,
Right.
and you know, just regular.
Yeah.
They'd fit in here in county
Yeah.
if they weren't. Well, not that we don't have near enough Hispanics in here in county, and we've said it a million times. Man, if we only did have some
then
people
we
that would set up,
Then we'd have a taco truck.
set up something like that.
That'd
It'd
be
be
awesome.
amazing. Some Latin food, but
Yeah.
you see folks like that, just people going places, doing things, having a job, trudging home from work, like when we were at the Cactus Taqueria there,
Yeah.
and you saw those three women
Yeah.
getting some stuff for the
Yeah.
way home,
Yeah.
and you get this sort of, regular folks, regular life, and then, 2 tables away, or let's say even a block away, here are these people clearly on display in a kind of real conscious of their look, really conscious of all the things that they've put together. Their show is what they're walking around with, and their contrast there. And then a homeless guy right
I was
beside
thinking that a Runyon.
Oh, Runyon's a whole worm
Like,
of its own.
Yeah, because
That's a saying, by
I
the way,
was
a
seeing a
whole
girl.
worm of its
She was
own.
walking her dog, and I'm thinking, like we would at home, we would just throw on anything and go for a walk, right?
Not the case.
But I'm thinking you spent for sure just spent like an hour getting all ready, getting your walking outfit all put together before you went out for your walk.
It seemed like it.
Because you couldn't just go out and walk.
But there were lots of people,
there
beautiful
were.
people that were just wearing their
Oh
their
yeah, there
grubs.
definitely were.
But
I did see some of that.
There were that Runyon thing is interesting. For those that don't know, Runyon Canyon is like a park up in the hills, and it's a dog walk, big time. But it's an exercise and running area.
Great.
Lots
spot.
of up and down dirt trails, and it's all up in these pretty steep hills.
Yeah,
and
I'd
it goes
say.
up nice and high over
Yeah, you get
the
a nice
city.
view, beautiful view up there.
Right behind what people would know as the sort of the area where the stars are, the Hollywood Walk of Fame, I guess is what it's called.
Yeah, you're right between it and the Hollywood sign.
Yeah, so you're up there and you're walking along or running or whatever, and again, family might walk by or just like average people or somebody walking their dog. And in the case that we had, Jeremy Renner came running by and you thought you saw Russell Seward
Yeah, pretty sure I did.
come running past. And
Yeah.
people that you know are clearly, you know, actors or famous people or whatever you want
Yeah.
to say. And then that guy conducting business on his phone,
In the studio, blah, 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 blah.
moaning about the studio. And it's just it's a real mixed bag of this, I don't want to say glamour, because it is not glamorous, but a glamorous seeming industry,
Yeah,
and then people going to a cool place to walk their dog.
yeah.
And remember that football team, a bunch of
Yeah.
Latin
Training
kids
up there.
training, football training, doing interval training, and their coach yelling at them, and
Yeah.
just a funny, again, this it's not even a dichotomy because there's not just two
Yeah.
groups of people, it's a whole spectrum, of
Yeah,
course,
yeah.
but just really interesting. And that canyon is so beautiful.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Man. And you look out over the
Beautiful.
city and you realize 100 years ago
Yeah.
would have been just absolutely amazing. Orange trees everywhere. And
Yeah, no kidding, eh?
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I really like that area.
Oh, me too. I'll come back.
Yeah? When are
Yeah.
you going to come back?
I don't know.
Couple weeks?
Who knows the way it's going, right? We could be back sooner than we think.
Oh, man, I don't know.
It's hard to say.
I love that though. What else? We've hit a few things. Have you got something else you'd like to bring up? The Mexican food?
Well, Mexican food was good.
Did you get sick of it?
No, I didn't get sick of it. We didn't have that much, really. I didn't get sick of it. I could eat burritos. I could eat rice every day. Anyway, I could
Yeah.
live on rice. So having rice stuffed in with a bunch of meat and wrapped in a piece of bread, I could eat that every day.
So good.
Really good.
There's something about a burrito too. You and I think we can admit we're frugal.
Oh, yeah.
Some would say cheap.
Yeah, inexpensive, too.
You don't like to pay for food. You like to pay for gear.
Yeah.
I prefer to pay for food. I'm not so keen on paying for gear, but somehow we make it work out.
Yeah.
$8, a great big fat burrito
Oh,
loaded
yeah.
with stuff.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
It tastes so good.
Huge meal.
And those delicious, it's like beautiful and delicious, delicious sauces, that killer hot sauce. And
Fantastic.
man,
Yeah, no complaints about the Mexican food at all.
okay, well that's good.
Only complaint I had is actually the Korean food we had.
What was your complaint about it?
The
though?
only complaint
Can we?
is,
Why don't you tell the story? Tell the story first. What happened? What did we eat?
Well,
Because it's weird.
I'd never been to a tofu restaurant. That's what it was, a tofu restaurant.
It said tofu stew.
Yeah, so we go, okay, we'll go there, order a couple dishes.
Now
you know.
now the woman we stayed at the Beverly, the Beverly Wilshire.
Beverly Wilshire.
Yeah, of course. We stayed at the Wilshire Hotel, not the Beverly Wilshire.
Yeah.
Wilshire Hotel's in Koreatown. Girl behind the receptionist, whatever you want to call her, check in at the hotel. She says, "I'm Korean. I'll tell you where to go to eat. It's just down the street."
Yeah.
So it's late at whatever night that was. I don't know, Sunday night, Saturday night, Monday night, Sunday night, Sunday night. Sunday night.
Sunday night. Yeah,
Sunday night.
Definitely Sunday night.
Sunday night, go to the place BCD Tofu Stew.
Yeah.
You go in there, we think, oh, we're going to get some Korean food. Mark says, not so keen on tofu. Fine, they have other stuff on the menu.
Yeah.
You kind of, now you got to be honest, you kind of flashed a bit on the price. You
I was
were
like,
hoping,
oh my goodness, this is
you
expensive.
and it wasn't
Initially.
expensive, to be fair. It wasn't
Oh
expensive.
no, at the end it definitely wasn't. We
But,
got more
you know,
than
if
could
you
imagine.
told people what we were thinking was expensive,
Right.
they would say,
What?
planet are you from?
Yeah.
But you're thinking $8 burrito,
$8 burrito versus
$17
$16
whatever.
Whatever, yeah.
So really, $17 whatever is not expensive.
No, of course not.
But you're thinking $8 burrito.
when we
or,
add up those $17 things over the number of days we've been away and all that, that's
I
what
know.
you do that math.
I know.
It's easy to go, $20 right now, no problem.
I know, I don't disagree. We're trying to do this documentary on a shoestring budget,
Yeah.
patching it together out of our own money.
Yes.
And that's different.
It is different.
And if everything goes well and things work out to the awesome and we can have somebody kind of work, if we're working under some
Yeah.
other format for a group of people, or a company,
Yeah.
that would be a lot better. And keeping expenses and charging it back to the project
Yeah.
and not out of the pocket, that would be awesome.
That would feel great.
That would be a good feeling.
Absolutely.
And then you wouldn't be as likely to say, whoa, $17 for this
No,
Korean
it'd be fine.
blah, blah, blah. But, so here we are. We know the dish is called bibimbap, right?
Yeah.
You and I both like it.
Safe choice.
Tasty, it's got vegetables in it, so you're gonna get some healthy food.
Yeah.
What happens when we order the bibimbap?
Well, first of all, they bring over some rice to our table, and I'm thinking, oh, that's good. I like rice.
Who
So
likes rice?
They set it at the end of the table, not in front of us. And oh, okay. I guess they're just letting it cool down. So I let it cool a bit. Then I took them and we put them in front of each of us.
And those bowls were hot,
very, very
like
hot.
crazy.
So we have the rice in front of us. We start picking away at it, and then the waiter comes over and says, "No, and takes them back and puts them at the end of the table. And we're like, "What? Like, what's going on?
Why
we have
can't
no
we eat
idea. Why
this?"
can't we eat this rice? It looks good." And
And
they
then-
brought over some kimchi and some pickles.
The
And,
pickles were some of the worst things that I've ever eaten in my life.
yeah, they
Did
were.
you taste the pickle?
I had a taste, didn't eat any more of it.
It was.
But the other
hellish.
strange thing in that group of things he brought over were 4 raw eggs,
Yeah.
which we had no idea. Okay, there's 4 raw eggs.
Well,
here.
I had this feeling like I've had, there's a Japanese thing that you get like beef and raw egg, right?
Oh,
What's that?
my camera's off.
How come yours is off?
I don't know.
That doesn't make any sense.
Maybe my battery went
No,
dead.
hang on. Is it the thing
The
that you
red
put
light.
in under it?
That should be up here. No, it's up here. But it was on not long ago. Like, I just saw it go off.
All right.
I wonder if the battery would be dead already.
So that would be odd, wouldn't it?
Would be. It just bounced or something.
That would be strange.
Yours is still going.
Oh, it's going like a charm. It's going like champion.
It's going like a
We
champion.
got hot.
Well, that's possible. I don't know.
Possible.
I don't know. I don't know how it goes.
Weird.
Weird.
Well, maybe you should wrap this one up because we're at an hour for the first podcast.
Or are we going to try and cut it?
No, we probably will.
Okay, let's just finish off with this Korean food. What happened was they brought us out all this kimchi and stuff,
Yeah.
which was fine. Tasted different than I'm used to. The pickle, terrible.
Mm-hmm.
But then came out the fish.
Yeah.
Like a little oily fish.
Yeah, that was crazy.
It was good though.
Oh, it was fantastic.
A
It was
whole
like
fish.
Whole fish, eyes and all.
A nice little
Eyeballs.
oily, tasty little, basically what was like a smoked or cured fish.
Yeah.
Super good. And then they came out with the bowls of bibimbap. And they were big bowls of bibimbap. And then they came out with this bubbling cauldron for each of us of red soup
Yeah.
with big chunks of tofu floating around in it.
Right.
And it was, I would say it had to be one of the hottest plates that's ever been brought to my table ever, anywhere.
Oh, it was insane.
It was bubbling up
just like,
like
yeah,
it
you
looked
said,
like
yeah, like a
a
cauldron.
cauldron, a witch's cauldron.
A witch's cauldron.
And then we started eating, and she came steaming over right after that. Because one thing we said was we put the egg in the soup, right? Yeah. Crack the egg in the soup. So you crack the egg in the soup and you stir that up. And then the waitress came over and said, "You don't know what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to take the rice
We
and
had
dump it in there
we had
and put
no
the hot
idea.
sauce
so
in."
we were keeping our rice separate from our vegetables.
Well,
and we didn't know to put
and
the
I
egg
wasn't.
in.
It wasn't that I knew that you're supposed to put the rice in there.
Yeah.
But I wanted to eat the rice with the soup
Yeah.
as well, right?
Yeah.
Eat some rice and have some whatever.
And truth be told, you can do whatever you want, but they were really...
No, you can't. You
Take the exit right.
you
Then
can't
take the
do
motorway.
you can't do whatever you want. You got to do what you're told. It turns out.
Yeah, they want you to eat it the way it's meant to be.
Yeah, you gotta listen, buddy. You gotta eat it the way we're saying.
North Bastard, Las Vegas. Yeah, my battery's dead on this camera. This one must not have been charged up. I have 2 more cameras, exactly the same.
Look, everybody's going to Las Vegas.
It looks like it.
People love it. You know why they love Las Vegas so much? Because they're gonna win.
Yeah, for sure.
They're gonna win.
Make your dreams come true.
Yeah, you could win.
Yeah.
Are we gonna gamble?
We should maybe try a little bit, huh? Maybe
I
we'll be
wonder.
lucky. Yeah, we might as well. We might as well do everything that we should do in Vegas.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Back up.
Isn't that what Vegas like?
Everything
what you
we
do in Vegas
should
stays
do.
in Vegas, isn't that the
Not
same?
if you're recording.
Oh, wait a minute.
Not when
is
you're
this on?
recording.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's okay.
What should we do?
Well, we're going to probably
Exit
go
right,
to the
then
desert again.
Take the motorway.
For
Enjoy
sure.
the desert with
we
these
will-
shirts and pants on.
Yeah, well, I'm going to change. For sure.
Yeah. Don't you love you just the way you are?
Yeah.
I don't need that. What am I
So,
doing?
episode 2 of this special.
Well, did we finish the Korean?
Oh, yeah, Korean was good. And the reason
was-
I said it was the worst meal wasn't because it was the worst meal. It's because I ate way too much.
It was
It was unbelievable.
unbelievable.
So it ended up being like, oh my God, for $15, that's amazing.
Well, it's crazy.
Yeah, like it was insane how much food they brought.
We
us.
needed half of the food
Yeah.
that we had, didn't we?
Yeah, and then because it was so good, I just kept eating it.
Well, you don't even like tofu, do you?
No, and I even ate most of that. Because
I ate it all.
because the sauce was so good.
Oh, that was unusual.
Oh.
It was one of the strangest tastes.
So I could get by the texture of the tofu.
Was it kind of fishy tasting?
Oh, there's crayfish in it.
Crayfish and
oyster or
shells.
clam of some kind.
Clam, mollusk, mussels. That's what it was called. Mussels.
Yeah.
And hot sauce like crazy in there.
800 meters.
Well, this is good that my camera went away because now I can bring up what you're looking at, seeing from the car cam full screen.
You can car cam the
Yeah,
beautiful
car
mountains.
cam, check that out.
And the
Hopefully
beautiful
hopefully
traffic.
The haze isn't masking it out.
It will change that the way it looks. It looks
Yeah.
better to our eyes,
There's
doesn't
no
it?
doubt. It always does, though.
Oh yeah, I
It's-
know. Camera doesn't do
Still
it
yet to
justice.
see a camera that can reproduce with our eyes.
Yeah.
Let's see.
If we had those cameras, that'd be pretty awesome.
It would be awesome.
An eye reproducer. The traffic is so beautiful. I gotta say,
Yeah.
beautiful traffic.
Beautiful people, the beautiful people.
The beautiful traffic.
The beautiful traffic, the beautiful traffic.
So let's can it up. We'll say we're leaving Los Angeles.
Yeah.
It's July 2011. We had third or fourth. Well, how many? 2 for you. 3 for me for turtles. This is my 3rd turtles trip here.
Yeah. And there will be more.
And yeah, it seems like there are going to be more down the road. Sorry for flitching around. That's a word, flitching. It seems like we're going to come here a few more times, maybe several more times. Funny, we were talking about you have to live there, right? Like I had that conversation.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying we're going to live there because that's crazy talk, but we may have to spend more time there.
It's looking that way.
And if everything works out, knock on, not wood necessarily, but knock on Camry.
I'm going to knock on Camry.
Look at this. This is the beauty of this road.
Yeah.
114 kilometers of this throughway, and then another 250, and then we're in Vegas.
It's crazy.
It's
Not
just
far at all.
nice and straight line too.
Yeah. And it's beautiful.
I love it here.
Only thing that make it better, if we were Starbucks.
If we were going to Starbucks.
We get some Starbucks.
At this point, we'll have to sign off on the podcast as we got to find some Starbucks.
We gotta find some Starbucks.
Mac needs a coffee. I'm drinking. Look, should I? Well, we're just gonna end it off. We're gonna end it off. The beautiful refineries in this area are lovely. We're heading to the mountains. We're heading into the high desert. We've concluded another trip to Los Angeles. We tried to tell you some of the stuff we liked. We're probably not going to cut this. Chances are you'll never get to this point in it. And that's fine. This is a record. Someday you might want to see this because we didn't die in a fiery wreck, or else this would have been our last will and testament. You could see it all.
Wouldn't that be something?
It'd be amazing.
Wow.
Knock
Well,
on
if that's the case,
Camry.
there's a lot more things I should say.
Knock on Camry. It's the third door of the filing cabinet. The 4th file in. You've got to pull that out. That's got to go to Al Brown.
Yeah.
And then my wife will be like,
What?
under the desk, taped to the bottom.
Yeah.
That's the map to the secret chamber.
Yeah.
You have to be sure to get there before the people from the CIA show up. You got to pull out the photos of the UFOs. You got to put them onto the press immediately. You got to send that to the Goddard Signal Star. Send it to the Clinton News Record. Those photos have to be released. It's the only way to protect yourselves for when the CIA comes.
And we're not paranoid, no.
No,
No.
not even
We're
a
not
little
worried
bit.
about it.
Not even a little bit.
But
That was a joke.
if we did die in a fiery crash, it's mysterious.
You know what would happen if we did die in a fire crash? I'd be so pissed off.
Oh, it sucks.
Because we would not have seen this to the fruition, right? And it's something that I really want to see where it goes.
We will. Not worried about
I just saw
I
Stabbits.
did too. Oh no.
Dirty rot.
We missed that.
And there's a
with
car right
Starbucks.
beside me.
But
Hang
I don't know
on.
if
Be
we-
patient.
you
Be
think-
patient.
You think this is the exit to get there?
I do indeed.
Oh well.
I think I can make it.
Well, Mark Hussey here. It's going to Starbucks with Dick Waver.
Dick Waver signing off? Oh my God, no, it's not.
I don't know.
No, it's not.
If that's been, I don't think.
Dick
that,
Waver signing back on.
Looks like
It
a
doesn't.
long way out of the way. To
It
get
doesn't go back.
there.
It doesn't match
You
up.
don't want to go back there.
There's no road that matches up. Dick Waver signing back on.
Sign it back on.
We're back onto the freeway. Podcast underway. Look at the dent in the top of that car. Somebody obviously jumped out of a building and landed on the hood of that car.
That's crazy.
We're only 100 kilometers from Barstow. Beautiful town. There we go. All right, so when do we start the next one? When do you
I
want to
think
do
when
that?
we get a little closer to Vegas, we got some desert view.
Are we going to shut everything down then?
Yeah, we'll shut her down.
All right. Signing off.
FauxPop, FauxCast,
FauxPop, FauxCast. Check.
LA edition.
Why did that not shut off?
I don't know,
You have to push and hold? Yeah.
Probably.
That's super hot. That is so hot.
Yeah.
The camera is hot, hot, hot.
Hot, hot, hot.